Hello from Bali. This is a podcast Pigeon of Peace where we do discuss awesome skills of troubleshooters. Watch, listen, and check the description below for the details. Let's talk about modesty and let's start with the definition.
When you work with person, sometimes you will feel some edges, and it would be hard. It would hurt. It maybe sometimes it would be like a Rubbermaid. Sometimes it would be like I don't know how to say vata.
Need to think about this one. It's probably like a powderish, but there should be a specific word for this one.
Okay, like something which is inside of the pillow or something inside of the bandage when you lay in the hospital. So you will find that different person in a different situation will behave in different way. But sometimes you expect for them to be just humble and maybe to take something from your side and do not try to put the blanket on their side. And this is maybe one of the way how to explain what is modesty.
And I was recently reading this book or like a codex. It's called Bushido. It's for like a samurais. So there is like a lot of things that, like dedicated to this modesty, like how you should show yourself to the world, like how you should serve your master and the world itself. So there should be like entire philosophy. But when we speak about, let's say, casual modesty, maybe it's, like in professional life, maybe it could be in relationships. What should be the mindset? What should be happening in the person who is maybe resisting to something, or maybe he is like balancing him out in order to like appear the modest one?
If you will think carefully, you will understand there is nothing perfect in the world. Nothing is black, nothing is white, and nothing is sharp as Muramasa sword. This is maybe the sharpest sword in the history of the humans. You will understand that you sometimes need to make so many how to say this word, compromises. It's okay to say
Compromises is good.
compromises. Sometimes you will have quarrel with your child, with your beloved one or closed one, as you teach me. So you should understand, you want to be right or you want to be happy. And this is quite different side of the coin. For example, if you have fight with your mother, do not use your hands, but surrender and say, okay, mom, as you want, it would happen in your way. But if you, for example, meet the enemy, which want to steal your money, your efforts, your results in life, in work, in maybe neighborhood, maybe you should fight, but not to the that end. Yes, for example, you have a gun and this person has a knife, but if you will shoot him dead, you will be punished because you overcome the level of self-defense.
Well, it's actually quite interesting case because like I was traveling not so much, but yet when I see people talking to, let's say, staff in the hotels or like a bar or cafes or whatever, they usually don't really have a lot of passion because they would feel like, okay, they, masters or whatever, so everyone should obey, everyone should listen. So immediately they lose in their tempo, and vice versa. Sometimes, like I was trying to do this, I call it like a mental aikido. When someone is angry, let's say like I was riding with some of the taxi driver, I was thinking, wow, how I could actually turn the situation. So when the driver is angry to whatever situation or anything else, try to not to react accordingly, but maybe, like try to actually turn this back so that the ride will end happily. So again, when you feel that you have so much to say and it's like filled with angst, and you know that okay, you will say it and we'll see like whatever happens, definitely there should be some sort of like a blockers, or I would say like a different ways to channel your energy. So how to build these blockers, or how to think about consequences, even not now, but as I do remember you made a good example, like when you're throwing a rock in the water, it will give like a lot of circles, not the one. So how to make sure to keep this in mind when you act in not so modest.
I will give you such a story. If you have a lot of troubles in your life, this means that you are going on the cutting edge. If you have a comfort zone and nothing to worry about, this means that you do your day, you provide your day as usual, so nothing happens. But if you will come to the window, if you will come in the hall, if you will come to the cliff, if you will talk to the wolves, you will find that you are in danger. And you know, it was a time I was head of security of a commercial bank, and for several days I was completely astonished, and I was even paralyzed by so many problems which were working on me from different sizes, from staff, from equipment, from police, from national bank, and so on. And then after several days, I used to it, and this heavy load was quite usual level. And sometimes when I see people and they try to make scandal, for example, if they have not enough sugar in the coffee or they have too much salt in the soup, I'm thinking, oh, they are so happy to have this in their life. And also, when you have, for example, preparation to marathon or Ironman, you also will run at least like 10 kilometers per day, or you will swim at least 2 kilometers per day, or you will ride by bicycle at least 25. And you know, there is a saying, if you have this in your life, nothing bad could happen, because this is will so exhausting to do this exercise. If you have a lot of pupils, if you have a lot of animals, if you have a lot of people to care about, you will be a very calm person, because you will be like an old sea wolf, so covered by scars that you will not react on some mosquitoes.
There was another book that I was reading recently, so it was about diplomat, and he probably was, like serving at one of the German kings, and this king was like quite demanding for certain like services or like for certain dinner with a certain party and the girls involved. So he was asking this diplomat to organize this, and he said, you know what? Every time tomorrow when I go and shave my face, I want to see the men who I respect internally. So that probably the answer will be no. So again, like when we speak about modesty, it's not maybe something that you do show to the world, but maybe, like when you look at the mirror or like any other reflection, especially like, like when you close your eyes, you still with you. So sometimes there might be facade, but you might be showing, like having like a different values. So how to deal with internal self? Because, we also might be having one character or maybe multiple colored characters, and they might be completely different from what the world sees in us.
You gave us a very good story to shave while you shave, you see the person you respect. It's a quite good story. When you work with people, you will find that some of them quite tricky, and if the person could not be useful, it will make some manipulations. But some people are quite angry, not because of you, but because of their life. For example, you will go from your flat and you will sit in a fancy car, and you will be driving not by yourself but with a special man, and then you will have an open doors, and then you will go to elevator, and then you'll be greeted by your secretary with highest level coffee and I don't know cookies, and then you will invite the person who spent 1.5 hours to go to the job by I don't know how to say электричка, by train.
By train.
By train daily, and this person has not enough food, this person has not such a good shampoo as you, and suddenly you will find yourself in position of I don't know how to say, but well containing lion, лев, которого содержали хорошо. It's okay to say?
Well-contained line, yes.
Well-contained lion, but suddenly you will find a small dirty fox which will quite angry, not because of you are quite dangerous, but this small fox was beaten in this train, on the streets, and it has not enough to eat and not enough fat in the belly and something like this. And sometimes you need to help this fox to stay on the legs. Do not shout, do not make threats, do not press as hard as you can by your power.
And I do believe we covered all of the cases how modesty could help to stay, well, you, the one who you surrounded, your significant others, and the entire world. So stay in peace.